Sup, y'all, and welcome to another edition of Press on Sports. I'm Jack Vita. Today is going to be a very fun podcast. So, we have opened the vault over the past few weeks. We've done some movie podcasts, we've done some TV, and now we're getting into video games. So, this is going to be a throwback. We're going to be talking about one of my favorite video games of all time, Backyard Baseball, the Backyard Baseball franchise. Not as much the Backyard Sports. Maybe we'll touch on those another time. But today, mainly Backyard Baseball, Backyard Squad, the kids. It should be a lot of fun. I got a great guest joining me today. This is a guy who I grew up playing Little League with. So, can't think of a better guest. This is my buddy, CJ Revis. CJ, how are you doing?
Oh, I'm great. Thanks for having me on, Jack.
Yeah, it's good to have you here.
I'm excited for the topic, and it's very fitting.
Yeah, and I think it's fair to mention that we both still play this game.
I picked it up this summer. Yeah, I saw the CD-ROM lying around, needed something to do after work. Got to work.
And I think both of us have the same opinion where neither of us really want to invest in new video games, new consoles. We don't, at least with me, I don't want to get addicted to invested in a new console. I like to think that I'm growing up, but I still got a soft spot for the classics like Backyard Baseball.
No, I agree. I mean, there are some games that the really phenomenal ones will still get me.
Yeah.
Like Red Dead Redemption.
Oh, yeah.
Hooked.
GTA 4.
GTA 4, that one didn't as much, but Red Dead Redemption, and then the 2Ks, the FIFAs.
Yeah.
Those are standard, but no, I'd agree with you. I have not kept up with the Fortnites of the world and the like. I still stay to the classics, the Nintendo 64, the PS2, you name it.
And meanwhile, we have friends who are getting married, and here we are talking about Backyard Baseball on a podcast.
You tell me who's maturing better.
Hey, I mean, we're in our early 20s still, so we're fine.
Yeah, quickly approaching the mid.
You are getting close there. All right, so CJ, I got to ask you first and foremost, how did you get introduced to Backyard Baseball or the Backyard Sports franchise as a whole?
So I have an older brother, 3 years older than me.
Yeah.
He played Backyard Soccer was the first one. I don't know if it was the first one that came out. It was the first one that he played, and therefore I played.
Right.
And then from there, baseball and football. And I think that's about where it ended. You had the original Backyard Baseball. You had Backyard Baseball 01, the original Backyard Football, the original Backyard Soccer, and that was it for me.
Wow.
I didn't go past those. I thought it lost its soul as it went on. But I did own Backyard Basketball. My sisters played it. I was not a fan.
It was disappointing, I would say.
I would call it garbage, but yeah, I'll stick to that. It was not an enjoyable game.
Well, so little history lesson for those keeping track at home. Backyard Baseball was the original Backyard Sports game, 1997. Backyard Soccer came out shortly after. Those were both games at which, I believe, as you mentioned, did not feature pros. So those were just the backyard kids, just the squad. A lot of fun, though.
Oh, yeah. I mean, so I think it's a natural thing. Everybody, when they're a kid, starts out playing soccer.
Yeah.
And then probably as I started playing baseball, I played the Backyard Baseball. So, yeah, I would say those two were the best because they had no pro athletes.
Yeah, and then they brought in the pros, which we'll get to. I think we got to talk about a little bit about this era of growing up that you mentioned, or late 90s, early 2000s. I don't know what it was like on your block, but me and my neighbors, actually, my neighbors were the ones who introduced me to the Backyard Sports games because I wasn't allowed to play a whole lot of computer growing up. My parents wanted to. They actually had a summer where we weren't allowed to play backyard or play computer, watch TV the entire summer. They wanted us to get outside, play, go to the beach, go to the pool, have fun. And probably around that time is when I got introduced to Backyard Baseball at my neighbor's house. But I mean, I don't know what kids do these days. They're all on their tablets, their iPads, whatever. Maybe they're on social media. But, I mean, we did a lot with our neighbors, and we played a lot of pickup baseball and soccer, basketball, kick the can, all that. Was it like that for you growing up?
I don't know so much if it was on my block. I mean, there was the occasional play in the driveway, play basketball in the driveway. But I think it was even with just friends growing up. It was the lunchtime football.
Right.
And then you would carry that over into the weekend, and then you would play baseball but with a tennis ball so no one got hurt.
Yeah.
Just
no broken windows.
Right, carrying over and things like that. So I'm not in touch with the younger generation, and if they still do that. But those are fond memories of playing outside at Mackenzie School.
Yeah. A lot of fun. It's a good place. I used to hit baseballs over there. But I played a lot of pickup baseball with the neighbors, with some of my friends from church. And it was just something we'd always go out in the yard and pitch to each other, or me and my brother would do that. And I feel like this game really encapsulated a lot of the things from our childhood.
I think it also encapsulated a lot of things I wish it was more. I wish I had the same group of kids constantly waiting on the bench as we pick teams. If you don't get picked, go home. Mr. Clanky's throwing BP. So I think it was the model that we all wanted to live up to.
And I want to compare backyard baseball here in the early part of this podcast to a TV show that aired around the same time that this was popular. Were you ever a fan of Hey Arnold?
I was a fan of Hey Arnold, the football head.
Yeah, I feel like there are a lot of similarities. As I was starting to think about this, preparing for the podcast, same era. The kids were somewhat similar. It was both out of Seattle, where actually...
I didn't know that much.
Yeah. Okay. I was doing some research. Backyard Baseball made in Seattle. The creator, Craig Wilson of Hey Arnold, he's from Seattle. He based that city that he built on that show from Seattle. So I feel like there are a lot of similarities, but the big thing was that they wanted to create a network of kids that you could relate with. That the Hey Arnold creator, he based all those characters off of kids that he grew up with.
Well, I would have liked to see the Hey Arnold characters playing backyard baseball.
Yes.
I would like to see Helga's,
a fun crossover.
Helga's stats would be an interesting thing to see. I'm sure she would mash.
She definitely would.
Yeah, she's a power hitter, no doubt.
Harold would be soft.
Yeah, he's your catcher.
Yeah. But let's talk about some of these backyard kids. Let's talk about this game. But first of all, CJ, what did you love about backyard baseball? The main one, I'm thinking, the one you played the most was Backyard Baseball 2001.
Yeah, that was the one I played the most. I think they're really interchangeable at a certain point of the original in 2001. What I love the most, and I think... Okay, so first I'll start what I still like about it now.
Okay.
So there's a sense of nostalgia.
Yes.
And then I like the pitching aspect of backyard baseball. Actually surprisingly accurate if you could be a little strategic with where you want to place your pitches.
Yeah.
You mix up your pitches. At least I found that as I've gotten older and know the strategy behind pitching, my backyard baseball pitching got a lot better. I wasn't just throwing heat down the middle or throwing heat up and in all the time. Was actually, the slow ball and the low and away, right hook, coming back door, things like that. And then as a kid, I think it was just simple. You could adjust the settings to where you won't miss.
It was a perfect level.
Right. You could adjust it and easy to hit home runs at a certain point, which that's what you want.
Yeah. When I play video games as a teenager, I'd want something that would really challenge me. I eventually was playing on Madden, a little sneak brag there. But with backyard baseball as a kid, I didn't care. I just wanted to blow them out. I wanted to score as many runs as I could, hit as many homers, get as many power-ups as I could. I think it's interesting you bring up the pitching aspect, because as I was going back to play this again recently, I was noticing how some pitchers or kids have stronger aspects to their pitching. Some are better with the right hook. Some are like Angela Del Vecchio. She's got a nice slow ball.
Oh, she does. She has a very nice slow ball.
Yeah.
Luann Louis, she's a closer.
Yeah.
Her juice box runs out fast. So if you're depending on her to eat up innings, Which I know bullpenning is the new thing in the majors. You can't do it in backyard baseball. You need innings eaters. And
I'd like to see Brian Kenny playing backyard baseball.
You'd just be getting upset the whole time. This isn't how it's supposed to be done.
He'd be trying to calculate WAR on some of the kids.
Yeah, for all we know, Reese Worthington over there is the best player. We just didn't know it.
Yeah, I think the skill level was great. I mean, you just wanted to score a lot of runs. It was easy. Were you more on 6-inning games or 9-inning games?
I did 6-inning games.
Yeah, I feel like that's the way it's meant to be played.
Yeah, and when you've gone back and you've played it recently, have you? Are you still on an easy setting, or have you challenged yourself, picked players that were lower?
Ooh, great question.
What have you done? Because I've done the lower, but you tell me.
So I'm going as hard as I made it hard. I started a new season actually a couple days ago where I only picked the girls. I was like, I want the challenge here because I know that's not going to sound great here on the podcast, but if you look at the skill attributes on some of the characters, now you got some strong ones in Angela Del Vecchio. Sally Dobbs is a good, maybe under the radar pick all around talent.
Yes, the boss.
Yeah.
The locker room, she kills the locker room, though. Bosses around the other kids, but she's a good pickup in terms of talent.
I mean, there's some really talented ones, but there are also, there's some, I'm trying to think of, let me see some of these names here. Kimmy Ekman, not the best hitter.
She had a smooth swing.
Yeah.
It was a good swing. She had a good arm.
Yeah.
A wild arm, but a good one.
Okay. The Weber twins, if you get both those Weber twins together, they are dominant.
I get that. I never really liked doing that. I liked having one of the Del Vecchios.
Yeah.
And then when they go up against each other, they're dominant.
Yeah.
Like all of a sudden, Tony's better than Pablo when he's going up against Angela Del Vecchio.
And they were worse when they're on the same team.
Oh, they're terrible.
That's what was fun about this game is that the attributes could vary by the park, by these external factors. Maybe it's just siblings on the same team. I thought it was so cool how all these characters, these backyard kids, all have something unique about them, or maybe they have a little prop with them, or the fact that they're siblings. I mean, this is what it was like. I mean, I played baseball with my brother, neighbors, siblings, everyone, whoever it was. And the other thing is, people who played this game, like I know a lot of people who don't like sports now. They grew up playing this game because it was so fun.
No, I agree. I think the sibling aspect was cool. I mean, you'll mention that we had a backyard baseball draft, but just to go for a comment that our good friend Eric Benjamin said over there, the Del Vecchios were a carpooling nightmare for their parents. Just driving around. I guess it was Seattle at the time. But no, okay. So the all girls team. I mean, you had Keisha Phillips.
Oh, yeah.
Which is
she's top 3
without a doubt.
Yeah,
she's top 3 without a doubt.
Pablo, Pete Wheeler, Keisha, top 3 in any batting order. When you're just going backyard kids,
I would say that's a fair. I would throw somebody in at number 2 though.
Okay.
I don't know. I would like Pete Wheeler number 1. I'd have a 2-hitter, and then I'd go Pablo Keisha.
Okay.
That's for my all-star lineup.
Yeah.
But yes, when I played it recently, I do try to challenge myself and pick the not-so-good players, which has resulted in some frustration. But
yeah, I'm like, did I actually lose? Like, I don't normally lose this game.
Well, my team had to win 6 games in a row to make the playoffs. We got the wild card. We were 2-4. So rally the troops. It was devastating. I couldn't believe it.
I think you brought up the backyard baseball draft. So this was something that forgot to mention at the start of the show. Back about 5 years ago when I first started blogging, I did a little project. This was when I was taking a gap year. So I wasn't in college. I had a lot of downtime. And I was like, let's do something where I'm going to write up, let's get 6 passionate backyard baseball fans. I don't know if all 6 were all that passionate. First off, we saw Kurt Schilling go off the board real early.
Started to 6 people who knew the game, at the very least.
Yeah. And I thought, okay, and I'll be the Mel Kiper, and I'll just write up the draft scouting reports. And I did like 54 scouting reports. It was the most fun I ever had. And I made money from doing it. It was the most amount of clicks I've ever gotten on any blog post. So I thought, hey, Backyard Baseball Podcast. Let's do this.
Let's get the amount of clicks. You criticized me several times in that draft.
Oh, boy.
For reaching.
Okay.
You thought I reached on a couple players. Luann Louis was one you thought I reached on.
Well, the thing is I like the pick. I just don't think anyone else was going to take her that high.
Well, when you have a player that you want.
Yeah.
When you have somebody that you need on your team.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to take the chance. I'm gonna grab Luann Louis on my team. I mean, she's the best leadoff hitter. I don't know. I think I had Pete Wheeler on my squad. I mean, that's a dynamic duo of Pete Wheeler, Luann Louis.
Here's where we need to we need to get this out in the open that people need to know is that you don't pick the pros. You only pick the backyard kids.
No, I don't pick the pros. The pros were meant to be on their teams.
Yeah.
They're meant to be on their MLB team, and my backyard team is meant to be the crazy melonheads or the super duper monsters, whatever it is. I'm not an MLB team.
That was an intramural basketball team name I had at Carthage. Was the Humongous Melonheads.
Well, I mean that's a good backyard team name, and you know what? I'm sure you didn't have any professional basketball players on your team.
No, but you know what?
Because they played for the Chicago Bulls, or name the other one.
When softball season came around, someone created their team was now the Pink Wombats all of a sudden. They're challenging catches on.
I didn't like going with the color as the traditional city name. No, I like the adjective.
Yeah, adjective.
The super duper, I could do that. The super duper fishes. And what was your go-to uniform colors?
I like with the Melonheads. I like that purple and green. I feel like that's just the way that a watermelon is supposed to be rocked. What about you?
I went with the red and green with the Melonheads. When I was the fishes, I would go blue. I would put blue in there, something else. A couple times I was tempted to do a black and yellow mix, but I can't do that.
So, did you like the inclusion of the pros in the game in 2001? I liked it. I now going back, I see where you're coming from, and I like playing with the kids more. We'll touch on that in a little bit, but I want to hear what you think.
I think it was
It's a nice grab.
I think it was a good move. I'll say that. I think it was a good move to include the pros. It was a natural sequel to the regular backyard baseball.
Yeah.
I think it added an element and I think probably added players.
Yeah.
But it was just my philosophy that they were not meant to be on my backyard team.
Okay.
I was supposed to go up against them and challenge them with whoever my pitcher was on the mound.
I saw something really weird the other day. I was playing against the Giants. For whatever reason, Ken Griffey Jr. was on the Giants. I don't know
so
how
they have a left fielder of Barry Bonds and Ken Griffey Jr. And that's a deadly outfield.
Yeah.
You're not getting past that.
But you know what's funny is going back, I mean, I love the novelty of having the pros as kids. I think that was really fun. It was really cool. I love the randomness of all of a sudden Frank Thomas is just a beast pitcher.
See, you love that? You thought that was
I thought that was
you
fun.
thought that was good.
At least as a kid. As a kid,
okay.
I love that.
Okay, I didn't. I might be a little too much traditionalist here for you, but I did not like that they all of a sudden made Frank Thomas a good pitcher. It's just coming out of no, he's supposed to play first base on the White Sox. This isn't
or designated hitter.
Sure, but Becker, they didn't have it. I don't think,
which is good.
So yeah, thank God they didn't have that. I would have been really upset. It's a backyard baseball. It's a bunch of kids. If they're gonna hit, they got to play the field.
It's funny because I remember talking about baseball with kids. Is like because they saw Frank Thomas being a good pitcher in backyard baseball, they thought he could also pitch in real life.
I mean,
so it did confuse people. I thought that was fun.
That's a problem. That's not fun. That's not good. What am I going to have? Mark McGwire playing center field now? I mean, there's just no end to this.
So they had an interesting selection of pros.
Yes, they did. And I thought a fitting selection of pros, although there's some randoms.
Yeah, there are some random ones.
But I thought overall they did a pretty good job of getting the pros on there. And emulating their batting stance.
You think?
I think for the most part, they did what they could.
See, this is something that I was noticing recently. I was noticing that a lot of them are kind of generic. Where like I feel like Jeter and Beltran and Nomar are all like this, and A-Rod are all like the same exact player in this game.
Yeah.
They have the same stance. Their heads are looking the same. They just have different hats on.
Yeah, so I think they probably the Jeter stance. I think
very generic.
I think that you thought that was generic. I thought that was very Jeter.
It was. I mean,
I
was
thought
Jeter.
the way they had it was. I thought they based the rest off of Jeter. I thought they fitted off of him. I mean, I thought Sammy Sosa's was as close as you're going to get on a computer game.
And I know you didn't like Backyard Baseball 2003, but they did Ichiro's little thing where he'd stick his bat out, where he'd be, you know, what I'm talking about.
So they were, you know. I don't know.
That was pretty good.
I think it's hard to critique a 2001 computer game, because I don't think the video games had it figured out yet.
No.
I think this was probably the most advanced, technology-wise game.
And they killed itself by deciding we're going to try to make this look nicer and be more complex, right?
That's what I think. I
agree.
The beauty was in the simplicity of it. Was here you go. There's a fastball, slow ball, right hook, left hook. I think they got all kinds of weird warm-ups in the later ones, didn't they? Or power-ups.
Yeah, there was some... I think I had some fun with the one on GameCube at the time, which that one was okay. There was a one that was like... it would just hit the ground immediately and then just pop really high up in the air. That was an interesting power up.
Yeah.
It wasn't the same, though.
No, it's not the same. But, I mean...
They had a nice inclusion.
Aluminum power bat in this game, which for those who don't know, it's just a ball that... It's a home run.
Yeah, even in Tin Can Alley.
You don't see it come down over... I never liked using it. I felt like I was cheating the game.
Okay.
Even if I turned a double play to earn it, as a kid I loved it.
Right.
But now playing it, I don't know. I don't like it.
That's a fair take. I think that's a fair take.
I'm too old for the aluminum power bat now.
Well, they should just use wooden bats at every level, shouldn't they? Protect kids.
They were using wooden bats in this game, except for that one.
Yeah.
I think that was a good... They were ahead of the curve, I guess.
It's a big barrel.
Yeah, they were ahead of oh, God. They were ahead of the curve on getting rid of the aluminum bats.
So, yeah, the pros were fun. I mean, I can understand where you're coming from with not liking the pros, but I think they were overall a good addition. I think we agree on that.
No, it was a good addition. And they got the right ones. I mean, I think for the most part, we all probably played with the same pros, right? Yeah. You had the Sammy Sosa, you had Mark McGwire, Barry Bonds, Derek Jeter.
Barry Larkin.
And I don't think, unless you were making a team of all pros, you really went beyond that. Like, even Tony Gwynn, I wouldn't have on my team. Alex Gonzalez, I didn't put on my squad.
What about Pudge?
Pudge, I didn't put on my squad either.
Oh.
I didn't put Pudge when I was playing with the pros. No, I liked having a different catcher.
Well, sometimes I would just do a random bunch. I'd take whatever the computer's giving me. This is my squad for the season. You ever do that?
No, I never did the random.
Okay.
I like to have a little organization on my team.
Yeah.
Even now when I'm picking a bad team. Yeah, let's see. What did my team... I had Luann Louis, Maria Luna, Vicky Kawaguchi, Dante Robinson, Ernie Steele. A lot of speed. Have you tried playing it recently?
Yeah.
On the hard levels?
Yeah.
It's the only way you get on base.
Yeah.
It's the only way you get on base. I can't hit home runs anymore with any of these kids. Like, Dmitry Petrovic can go deep.
Dude, that guy is underrated speed.
Underrated speed and an underrated arm behind the plate.
Yeah.
He could gun some people out.
He's someone that you'd love to have in your friend group because, number one, he can help you with your homework. He's got that calculator handy. Number two, no one's going to steal your lunch money. No one's messing with if you got Dimitri.
You think no one's messing with Dmitry Petrovic?
No one.
A kid who has pens and a calculator in his shirt pocket and shows up to the game wearing non-matching socks and glasses that are the size of his face. You're telling me no one's messing with that kid?
Yeah, but when they see him play football, they're like, we're not messing with that kid.
I would say no one's messing with Keisha Phillips.
True.
No one's messing with Tony Del Vecchio.
Yeah. Tony was a
the
kid.
Dmitry Petrovic. I mean, I get it. He was the best offensive lineman and kicker.
Yeah.
I mean, that kid was hitting...
And pass rusher.
Yeah, he was hitting 50-yarders for me on the regular.
He was hitting 70.
Yeah, that kid, he could kick the ball. I had to start putting him on my backyard soccer team.
Tony Del Vecchio was a guy that I would just pick because I'm like, he's just the coolest kid there. Like, he's just so cool. I need to have him on my team. I want Tony Del Vecchio to like me.
Do you think his coolness wore off as you got older? I feel like I was the same way. Younger, I was like, Tony Del Vecchio is the definition of cool. But then now I look at him, and even however many years ago, 4 years, 5 years ago,
Yeah.
I looked at Tony Del Vecchio, I'm like, no way. Wasn't like this kid.
Well, I guess I have a little bit of Italian bias in there, right? I want to see Tony Del Vecchio succeed. But Angela Del Vecchio is even better than Tony Del Vecchio.
Yeah, I would
She's
agree with
better
that.
at sports, and I think she's cooler.
I would agree. I think she's cool no matter what age group you get into. You know, I don't think that coolness wears off. I think Tony's where it's like, I get it. You got a lollipop. I think that it wears thin eventually.
Do you think they were trying to do something from Grease with him?
Oh, yeah.
Totally that Grease
Oh,
look.
yeah. Oh, yes, absolutely. But I'm not sure why they threw Angela Del Vecchio in with it. I don't know what she, other than just like his sister. I don't know. That's just, but yes, I do agree. There was something going on with Grease and Tony Del Vecchio.
I was thinking about the walk-up songs, which they use. They use the same songs in backyard soccer for the celebrations, right?
Yes, they do.
Yeah,
all the same ones. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. So I was thinking, how funny would it be if a pro baseball player just went up and he had the Pablo Sanchez theme song?
I think that would be great. I would prefer it if he had the Jorge Garcia.
Oh yeah.
I mean, that one, even the Dmitry Petrovic was a good one.
There are a lot of good ones.
Yeah. Stephanie Morgan wasn't good. Dante had a decent one. Yeah, I mean, there was Jocinda Smith.
Yeah.
I thought that was a great walk-up, now as I've gotten older. But Jorge could also, he didn't like sliding. He wasn't a fast runner. But he could clear the bases.
Hey, I love that he kept his tie on.
Yeah, he kept his tie on, which was the best part of Jorge Garcia. That, and you say hip hip Jorge every time he comes up to bat.
All right, so let's just go through these backyard kids. Let's talk about them all.
Okay.
So we got a sheet here, reference sheet.
Okay, so
we'll just go top to bottom. Yeah, and this is where we got to talk about Pablo.
All right, we got yes.
Because I didn't know that they made Jose Altuve a playable kid in 2001.
Yeah, I mean, I like how he had his gut hanging out a little bit. And yet somehow he was still the fastest kid on the team.
Yeah.
The most powerful kid.
Well, he's not faster than Pete Wheeler.
Not bad, but
yeah,
he was
he's
still...
a 5-tool player.
Yeah, I mean, you could use bunt, grounder, line drive, or power, and you're gonna be okay with this kid.
Yeah.
The secret... I mean, they put a lot of effort into Pablo. They clearly did.
Yeah.
He's gonna be the secret weapon. Although, he speaks English.
He does?
Did you know that? If you go to his player screen, you press shift.
Oh,
and then click on him. He tells you, I don't tell the other kids.
Yeah, I remember this.
I speak English. I learned Spanish in school. Which, I mean, like, that's some dedication, because what are they? Probably like 10, 11. And he's already learned Spanish fluently in school.
Yeah.
I don't know. I thought that was impressive.
I think it is. I love the fact that, this is what Jerry Seinfeld would call the democracy of baseball, is that anybody of any size can play any position, and Pablo is just, he's your prime example right there.
Yeah, best part about him is that his gut's hanging out.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, like, just somehow has a shirt that doesn't fit him. And is playing baseball.
So, this is where I'm going to give you our one listener question, because related to Pablo. Bear Coatman wants to know, we know how good Pablo Sanchez is, but who is the most underrated character in terms of all-around ability?
It's an excellent question. I guess there's two you can go with, in my book at least. There's Dante Robinson.
Oh.
I feel like he's overlooked a lot.
Yeah.
I don't know if he fulfills the underrated, because I think a decent amount of people think he's very good.
Yeah.
But I think a lot of people don't know how good he is. I had him on my team when I was playing the past 2 weeks. Kid hit 700 on the year. I mean,
a lot of kids hit 700.
Yeah, you just do line drive with him, and he's hitting a solid rope into the outfield. He's able to steal second. He's a solid outfielder for you. Stretch is he's a go-to guy out there.
I was going to say Sally Dobbs.
Oh, that was my next person. That was the second one. It's Sally Dobbs all around.
Yeah, if you just look at her skills, they're the same in every single category.
Yeah, it's like 6 out of 10 or 7 out of 10 or whatever, how many baseballs it fills up. And she can mash.
Yeah.
I went up against her. She went 4 for 4, 2 home runs. I couldn't get her out. It was incredibly frustrating.
Yeah, it is very frustrating.
And the next thing I know, she's on the mound. All of a sudden, the 4-hitter, Sally Dobbs, boss, is up there and she's just killing me. And I'm fighting for a playoff spot. I don't need this.
Let's talk. All right, you want to talk about Sally Dobbs now as we work? We get
well, Sally and her younger brother Ronnie.
Yeah, Ronnie, of course.
Ronnie.
Actually, funny. Going back to my intramural playing days, there was a kid that had the exact. We were playing some kid. And I like to talk a little cheddar while I'm out there. I'm having fun. And this kid's swing looked exactly like Ronnie Dobbs' swing. And I'm just like, it's Ronnie Dobbs! And everyone's like, yeah, it is!
He had a pretty nice swing compared to some of the other backyard players, I would say.
He was chopping up at it. He had to jump up to hit it because he was so short.
Yeah, but I mean, it was powerful.
Yeah.
Timing with him was weird, though. Yeah. Because it was very fast swing. I mean, so if you made... I remember he was very good at T-ball.
Oh, yeah.
He was very good at T-ball, which useless skill in backyard baseball, but he was good at it. I mean, some of these guys have weird swings, right? Like Jorge Garcia.
Yeah.
As much as he can hit it to the wall, he's coming straight down on the ball like an axe. And you don't think he's a threatening swing. But Ronnie Dobbs has a threatening swing, but you don't like the crying when he strikes.
True.
That's not...
Yeah, I feel like he's been victimized by his sister.
Oh, grow up. Grow up, Ronnie, all right? Like, Reggie Miller had to deal with a very good older sister, made him better. I didn't see him crying all the time. Ronnie Dobbs is out there looking for sympathy, can't play with his older sister. Just deal with it, buddy.
All right, let's work down the list. Let's go Stephanie Morgan.
The biggest backyard baseball disappointment.
Oh, yeah.
Without a doubt.
Yeah. She talked a big game.
She talked a huge game.
Yeah.
Because, coming from my perspective, I played backyard soccer first, and she was a very good goalie.
Yeah.
But whenever you had her out there, she would just talk about how good she was at baseball, how her dad plays baseball, how she's better at shortstop than she is at goalie, and you're like, all right. And then you go out there and play baseball, and she can't hit it out of the infield. She plays a decent shortstop, I'll give her that.
Or center field. She's all right in center.
I never played her in center.
Okay.
I didn't want to deal with the
She's on my all-female team.
She's a coach's nightmare.
Well,
she's sitting there telling the coach, I play shortstop, I play shortstop. You put her somewhere else, you're going to have a problem.
I do appreciate her enthusiasm, though.
I guess.
It's refreshing at some times. Because you get some of these whinier kids that we'll get to.
For sure, but I mean, if you're going to pinpoint something as your corner of the backyard world, you're going to say, this is what I do, this is my personality, this is my identity. She wears the hat.
Yeah.
And then you're just...
I think she wore it under her helmet in backyard football. Yeah.
And then you're just like, you're blowing bubbles with your bubble gum and sitting up there and have a very aggressive stance and finishing your swing with one hand. Yeah, she's got an
open stance.
Yeah, and she finishes with one hand.
Yeah.
I expect a little more. That's all I'm going to say. And the bat's too small for her. Stephanie Morgan I'm not happy. And she's not even fast.
Yeah, she's pretty average in a lot of categories.
I don't know if that's a brilliant job by the backyard sports creators.
Yeah, or great,
of having a kid. Everyone knows a kid talks a big game.
Yeah.
And when he goes out there, it's just not very good. And, oh, no, today wasn't my day. Well, guess what? It's never your day. And that was Stephanie Morgan.
Yeah. She was pretty good second safety in football.
No, she wasn't bad.
Yeah.
I mean, after the baseball, because I was excited. I was like, finally, I get to use you at your best sport.
Yeah.
And here you are, kind of fumbling around with it.
All right, what about Stretch? Anything else you want to talk about your boy, Dante?
He's a great center fielder. Comes up, eats a sandwich at the plate. I mean, what more do you want out of a kid? He has a can-do attitude. And if you win in the playoffs or make the playoffs, he's always got the best quote. He's always got the best quote in the newspaper. Someone's going up. He's telling how great the coach is.
Yeah.
He's choking back
He's
tears.
a media darling. The media loves him.
I got nothing bad to say
You
about
can send him to the press and feel confident in him that he's not going to say anything bad about his teammates or whatever.
He's a glue. He's a glue guy.
Yeah, great locker room guy.
I had him batting third on my squad.
Yeah.
He was a favorite. He's the opposite of Stephanie Morgan. How's that? He doesn't talk a big game.
Yeah, it's like I'm more of a basketball guy because his basketball stats were pretty good. He's even in the intro for that game.
I don't remember.
Yeah.
I just remember him eating sandwiches all the time. And good for him. I got nothing bad to say about Dante Robbins.
All right, Keisha Phillips.
Oh God, what's there negative to say about Keisha Phillips? I mean,
she seems like someone that you just want to be friends with. That'd be fun to hang out with. She'd have a good sense of humor. She'd like to hang out with the guys. Just,
Yeah, I feel like she's
good for your friend zone.
She's a backyard version of the early career of Dwight Howard. Just incredibly good, and is the team clown, making everybody laugh.
Yeah.
But once those skills deteriorate, I think the act gets a little less funny.
True.
So I think she is...
but she's never hitting that point.
No, she has never hit that point.
Yeah.
I mean, we don't know. It's 2018, man.
Yeah.
She could be on the down...
Yeah. They should definitely...
This could be Ronnie Dobbs' era.
I would love to see... I was going to say this later, but I'll say this now. It's a good opportunity to say this. I would love to see a resurgence of the game where they just bring it back and it's basically the same exact game. And it could be on an app. You could play it on an iPad. You could play against your friends online because, it'd be fun to play against each other. Have them pick them against each other.
I think they had an online
They did
feature.
at the time.
I never used it.
Yeah, me neither. I was too young.
Yeah, so...
Not going on the internet at that age.
Right. I didn't even know what it was yet.
Yeah, dial up.
Figuring it out.
Yeah.
But... Yeah, I agree. Now, would you have them be... What market would you go after? Would you try to get the new generation? Or would you...
Of stars?
Of kids playing video games.
Oh.
Or would you try to get people like you and me on the nostalgia side?
Totally the
and all
nostalgia.
of a sudden have all these people like Mikey Thomas as a 23-year-old that's going out there and playing baseball.
Well, why can't they be the same age? Or maybe a little bit older? Maybe a couple years older, so we could see what they're like maybe in high school.
Yeah, so like Tony Del Vecchio has a little bit of a mustache.
Yeah. I just look at what happened with Pokemon Go a few years ago. It was a resurgence for fans of the Pokemon franchise, and it brought in new people. Now, I don't know if that could happen with Backyard Sports, but I think they could make a little bit of money if you did an app like that, released a new CD.
I think it'd be fairly basic.
Yeah, and you could have new stars in it. So.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be anything crazy. I mean, I'd give it a shot out of just curiosity.
Yeah.
If it's anything.
Now, here's the thing. You have to go back to the old gameplay and graphics. My theory with where it jumps the shark that you mentioned is once they get rid of the bench. Once you're picking kids and there's no longer a bench to pick them on and you're just scrolling through a list.
They got rid of that?
They got rid of that around Backyard Hockey, I think, and then all the games after that.
Never did that.
And then they added new kids. They took away some of our favorites. Like Dante Robinson was discontinued. I was doing some research on this.
Why would they That's heartbreaking.
They shot themselves in the foot. Their new animations, they tried to make them look cool and hip and edgy. And yeah, very disheartening.
That hurts.
But I think it'd be fun if they research.
Yeah, I'd agree. And bring back Dante. I mean, that's a hashtag.
Free Dante.
Yeah, free Dante. I'm assuming you moved away. We'll go with that for now.
Okay, Kenny Kawaguchi.
Gives you good innings on the mound. Has a good speed rating.
Is thankful for his opportunities.
Yeah, I'll kind of leave it at that on the speed thing. Because I don't know. I mean, he gets off the mound quickly. On those bunts, he's able to do it.
I won't read the quote now, but I'm just going to encourage the listeners, if you want to hear anything about Kenny Kawaguchi, look at what our friend Tommy Mantisse said when he drafted him in the backyard baseball draft. He had some interesting words to say.
Yeah, I mean, I got that. That's where I'll leave that. I mean,
I thought he was
average.
I liked that he wore a hat when I was a kid. I was like, oh, that's cool. Because I thought hats were really cool to wear.
Yeah, I mean, it got confusing sometimes.
It did.
Like, the backyard football, and you have Sunny Day sitting there like, oh, and he's taken down at the 20. And like, I sure hope not.
Okay, Vicky Kawaguchi. You like her.
Yeah, I like Vicky Kawaguchi. She's got speed. What's her... I think her nickname's like Ballerina or something.
She likes her tutu.
Yeah. I mean, again, she's got a good attitude at the plate. If you make contact, you got to do the grounder setting.
What do you think? She probably joined, like, dance or drama or something in high school, you think?
I mean, she was a dancer.
Yeah.
Well, and I'm glad that they incorporated, her dancing made her a great fielder. She was balanced and all, and she was a terrific second base. I mean...
One of the cool things is that there are so many different kinds of kids represented and also different races, too.
Oh, yeah, for sure. For sure. And Vicky Kawaguchi could play... she plays second base really well. She could play the outfield, but don't expect any hard throws coming in. She didn't have a great arm. But,
fair.
But she could... she'd catch the ball when it's hit her way and covers a lot of ground.
All right, how about the Weber twins? I think Tony Del Vecchio is trying to impress them.
The Weber twins, they're... I know I've been sitting here talking about the great attitudes.
Yeah.
And all that, but they just take it a little too far.
Yeah, country club kids.
A for effort! Shut up, Ashley. I don't need this. Like, we're down 5-0, and you're sitting there in left field telling us we're doing okay. So, I mean, they were fine. I mean, as you said, they're good together.
Yeah, if you have them both on the same team, they're dangerous. They're really good.
Did they ever come out with a backyard tennis?
No, they would have been dominant.
So they're the version of Stephanie Morgan.
Yeah,
that we'll never know. Like, they just claim they're really good at tennis.
I would trust them on that because
we don't know. I trusted Stephanie Morgan.
Well, we do know that they're country club kids. They have a lot of money. So they probably play a lot at their country club. And maybe they're good at golf.
They had the headbands, right?
Yeah. The visors.
And the visors, that's what it was. The visors. I would hope they're good at
Are you team Ashley or team Sydney? Are they the same to you? No preference.
I'm team neither. I don't want the Weber twins on my squad.
I like them, but...
I feel like it creates a little division in the team that no one will ever be as close as they are.
True.
Like... I just feel like there's a...
Twins can be, in general, a little weird.
Hey, buddy. I got twin sisters.
But they don't act like the Weber twins.
No, they don't act like the Weber twins. Yeah. Which, good. But, yeah, I'll keep it at that. We don't know. The Weber twins, they could be Stephanie Morgan, but we don't know.
Okay. We talked about Dimitri. Anything else on Dimitri?
He does a little hop after he makes contact.
Yeah. He's excited.
Where's the mismatching signs? He's a little cross-eyed. Just a tad.
I love his voice.
Yeah. And he's just
so excited.
Yeah, just telling you. I mean, you gotta love it. They just accepted the kid.
Yeah.
And he's sitting there talking about math equations and the physics of it and that. And it's just like, all right, Dimitri.
You do you.
Yeah. Enjoy. Just go up there and hit the ball, buddy. And he had a good arm at the plate.
That's one of the things when you play Little League is, again, you get kids with all kinds... There are kids who sign up for Little League who don't even like baseball, but they like the camaraderie aspect, and maybe they're into calculators or whatever. And
I mean, he could have been...
There's a place for them, and some of them are not bad.
Paste could have been good at baseball.
Is that his nickname?
Yeah, Paste. He's Paste. He was the...
He's supposed to be a glue guy.
He was the namesake of one of my fantasy football teams.
Ooh.
It was the Dmitry Petroviches. I had a picture of him.
I like it.
Yeah, I mean, but the team didn't do well.
All right, you're an Ernie Steele fan, aren't you?
Funny Bones?
Funny Bones.
Funny Bones. Yes and no. I feel like he's also Dwight Howard E.
Yeah.
But also just not as good.
Yeah.
So I think his whole shtick is that he's funny.
Yeah. Is he that funny, though? Is he?
I mean, they like him.
Yeah.
I don't.
Yeah.
But they like... I mean... So, I mean, that's what matters. He's a decent fielder, but you can only really play him at first.
You know who thinks they're funny is Reese Worthington. I feel like he thinks he's funny, but I don't know if they think he's funny.
Yeah. Reese Worthington. That guy. We'll get there.
Okay.
I will get there with Reese Worthington.
Hey, Ernie Steele, nice enough to let us play in his yard. Great stadium.
Yeah, Steele Stadium. Not his pool in left field, though.
It's a big-time hitter's park. It's really interesting how center field is so shallow.
It's so shallow out there. And if you hit the little garage or whatever it is out there, little shed, it's a home run. It's gone. You round the bases.
I think it has to hit it twice. Because if you hit it and it bounces back, it's...
I've never seen it.
It happened to me the other day.
I've never seen it bounce back.
Yeah.
So I'll take your word for it.
Well, this is another thing that was fun, is when I used to play baseball just out in the yard with my neighbors, with my brother, you just have weird field dimensions and rules where you'd be like, oh yeah, that tree over there is third base. If it hits the top of the tree, that's a home run, or weird rules like that. And I love seeing that in this game with the weird dimensions, like center field being in so much, other right field, left field being way out there.
Yeah, and some things just not making sense.
Yeah.
I mean, like, what field is it?
Cement Gardens?
Tin Can Alley.
Tin Can Alley.
Tin Can Alley. You could crush it to left field, and then it gets stuck on the top of the truck, and it's just a ground rule double.
Well, the rules aren't really clear, because if you can get around the bases before it gets stuck and it says ground rule double, they count it as a homer, even though it'll say ground rule double.
Yeah, but if you have somebody who's been running around, like your pitcher, for example, low on juice, I've never seen when you have a pitcher low on juice, they come up to the plate. I've never seen anybody so slow.
Would you ever, like, when you're playing the computer, would you ever have the computer players get in a rundown so that way they just lose all their running ability? Speed?
No, I did try to force throws to second.
Yeah.
That was when I had somebody on third, I would send the person on first to second to see if I could get them to throw it over there.
Yeah.
Because I know they're not going to make them. Yeah. They're not making two solid throws. And if I have somebody decent at third base, plus you have so much incentive to get somebody off of first base.
True.
Because if you have somebody on first base, or if there's a force, and you hit a pop-up, you can't get them to go back to their base.
Yeah.
They just run. So you
slowly, too.
You hit it a mile high, and they're at third base, and you're clicking them to go back, and then the other team has a double play, and then they have an aluminum power bat, and the game's gone.
Would you ever try to create double play opportunities where, like, sometimes I would get an out and then be like, now I'm going to throw the ball in the center field to try to draw them to run a little more, and now I'm going to nail them at third base.
I used to on the easier levels.
Yeah.
But then recently, I tried that strategy.
Yeah. It works sometimes, but it's risky.
It's a mess.
It is.
Because then it snowballs.
Yeah.
One error leads to another, and then I hate to see it.
Yeah.
It ruins my day.
All right, well, we can come back to the parks. Let's keep going on these kids. Kimmy Ekman.
I don't remember a lot about her.
She's always got a chocolate bar.
Yeah, she ate a lot of candy. That's all I remember.
So she had a lot of energy from that sugar.
But she wasn't, like, crazy talkative. No.
I thought she kind of was.
I mean, I remember Gretchen Hasselhoff was.
Yeah.
But
I think Kimmy Ekman was more, like, high energy in terms of, like, positive energy, like, and more fun, where Gretchen Hasselhoff, you're just kind of like, all right, just stop. Just go play third base and just stand in the corner.
And stop talking.
Or I'll stick you out in left field so you have no one to talk to.
Yeah. No, I get that. But I just don't remember a lot about Kimmy Ekman. I mean, I think she had a decent swing, but I don't know what position she would play. I never really considered her. I guess I never considered her for my really bad talented teams or my really good talented teams. So she must have been okay.
Yeah. All right, Reese Worthington.
This kid's awful. There's just I don't get it. I don't. He was okay at soccer. Doesn't run well. He could kick okay, but that's not useful in baseball.
Yeah.
Like, what did he have, a 1 rating at hitting?
Yeah, it was pretty bad.
And then he's bad at fielding, too.
Yeah.
Can't do anything.
Yeah.
So
He's got a small strike zone, that's the only thing.
Great.
Yeah.
What am I going to do with him at first? We're going to get in a double play. I got nothing good. I hope he's good at tennis. I'll say that. I hope he's good.
Yeah,
he seems like the kind of kid who would play tennis with the Glover twins. Reese Worthington.
Yeah.
Probably had the newest bat.
Probably.
Was telling everybody,
yeah,
oh, look how cool my bat is. Telling kids they can't use it because they'll take the hits out of it. I'm making up things for Reese Worthington just because I don't like him. So,
all right, yeah, keep moving. How about
move on.
Your boy Nugget? Mikey Thomas.
Another good first baseman catcher.
Power bat.
That bat was monstrous.
It was. He swung it like a club.
Yes, and it was a good swing. You could get it around. Yeah. And then, but he can't run.
No, not much of a runner. I mean, maybe it's just the allergies,
but it was the only kid that you...
He was always sneezing.
Now looking back on it, I'm getting mad at the parents.
Yeah?
I mean, there's Claritin. There's plenty of allergy medicine you could give the kid. And you're hindering his baseball ability.
Now, were we there? I know your dad's a doctor. What kind of... Did we have all that with allergy medication in 2000, 2001?
I think so. I don't remember any kids in our little league like being terribly slow because they couldn't breathe out of their nose. I don't remember that being a thing. I remember there being nasal spray, I think.
Yeah. NESI classified.
Right. So, I mean, I don't blame Mikey.
Yeah.
He was the only kid who could be really slow, and I was fine with it. Like, oh, fine, didn't hit a home run. It's okay, Mikey, like, get going. But now I'm looking back on it, didn't think about it till just now.
Yeah.
Someone help the kid out.
Someone.
That whole house just must be disgusting.
For some reason, he seems like someone who would have a sibling in this game, but he doesn't.
Yeah. I would agree with that.
Like, he seems like he's someone's younger brother. Like, he's got an older sister.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
But also, I like that he stood alone.
Yeah.
I like that he stood alone. Yeah. And again, these kids are just so accepting. Here's Mikey Thomas. Oh, he can't really breathe. But he just plays along with it.
Okay, so let's... Ricky Johnson.
Ricky Johnson's dad was always in the crowd.
Always.
He was always on the first base line. Ricky Johnson's dad. He was not very good at baseball.
He was a good soccer player.
Terrific soccer player. Another terrific kicker in backyard football, too. But
he was very shy.
I felt
it was very endearing, though.
Yeah, I don't have anything bad to say about Ricky Johnson.
Good guy.
He wasn't good at baseball.
He didn't claim to be, though. He wasn't a poser.
He didn't have an aggressive stance.
Hey, maybe he needs a little confidence. Maybe he needs a coach that believes in him.
Or just tells him how to get in an aggressive baseball stance.
Retool his stance and
standing there,
mechanics.
Straight leg, bat on his shoulder, probably late on every pitch. Doesn't make any contact. And his dad's just trying. You know, he's showing up to the game trying to learn.
So, anything else on him?
On Ricky?
Yeah.
No, I think that's all I got for Ricky.
All right. Jocinda Smith.
I don't know how they do the rating for batting. But she's not I think they have her rating all the way up.
All the way. She's not that good of a hitter.
She may, maybe contact-wise.
Yeah.
But even then, I mean...
But she's not fast enough on contact.
That back foot is popping up.
Yeah.
Every swing. I mean, it's a terrible-looking swing.
It is.
And it's so disappointing because they give her great music. They nickname her MVP.
Yeah, MVP.
Like, here comes Jocinda Smith, and she's got an aggressive stance. And then the swing is just such a letdown.
Yeah.
You're like, I had you batting fourth.
She's just slapping at it for contact.
Yeah, and I don't even remember what position she would play. Maybe first again?
Yeah, first.
But we've already got better first basemen out there. I mean, I'd rather have Mikey Thomas.
I would too.
So, I don't know what they were going for with Jocinda Smith.
She seems fun, though. She seems like she's fun.
Yeah, nice enough.
Yeah.
But I don't know why they nicknamed her MVP.
No.
She was not MVP in soccer. She was not MVP in baseball. She was not MVP in football.
Yeah.
Basketball, I guess she was good at, but, whatever.
Who we got next?
Pete.
Oh, Pete Wheeler. This guy's great.
I think the distance between him and Pablo is a lot closer than most people give him credit for.
Yeah.
I think, like, in our draft, everyone was saying, oh, Pablo's the clear number one.
Yeah.
Where I was thrilled that Pete Wheeler fell to me.
Yeah. Where'd you get him? 4?
I think I got him at 4.
Yeah.
I think I had a couple people pick pros.
Griffey was like 2, which was fair.
Yeah, that's fair. But
yeah, among the backyard kids,
Pete's right up there.
Yeah.
I think we
game-changing speed.
Absolutely game-changing. And he's got a great arm.
My gosh, in football, you can't tackle him.
You can't tackle him. But the problem in football is you have to lead him on all the routes.
Yeah.
Figuring out
come back
his
to the ball
is a little difficult sometimes. But, yeah, I mean, he's got a good swing. A lot of pop in that bat.
Yeah.
For all those things they say, he's dumb and he doesn't know where he is. And I think his description I think he said something like, he'll make an error out there. He doesn't really.
He does. Sometimes he's caught. He's just not aware of what's going on.
Yeah, but he more than makes up for it.
Yeah, I know, totally. It's just like,
game.
It doesn't happen that often that he makes a mistake.
Yeah, I'm good with Pete.
Yeah.
Pete is, as we said, he's a clear top 3 of the backyard kids. And I would not argue with anybody who says he's number 1.
No. Yeah.
I'd respect the opinion and move on.
Yeah, I think that's also a fair take. I think also I heard somewhere that Pete Wheeler is supposed to be, this is going to make sense, who he's supposed to be inspired by, a movie character.
Okay.
Any guesses?
No, I don't have any.
Forrest Gump.
Okay. I get it.
Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah. The way he talks.
The way he talks and the way he does things. Yeah. It makes sense. Stupid is stupid does.
Makes me love him even more. Knowing that.
I got nothing bad to say about Pete Wheeler. Wheels or whatever his nickname was.
Wheelie or Wheels?
Yeah. Something.
Yeah. It's a good name, though. Pete Wheeler. Okay. Billie Jean Blackwood.
Again, another person whose batting stat didn't reflect her actual ability. Like, she could make contact. There's just nothing behind that. It was like swinging a stick. Like, you got it, you moved it forward, but that's about it. And somebody who has as long of strides as she does, you'd think would be able to make it down the base paths a little faster. But no. So, yeah.
She seems like a delightful person, though. She seems very nice.
Oh, yeah. Without a doubt.
Yeah.
But I'm playing backyard baseball to win here, Jack.
Yeah.
I don't need just... Well, I got enough delightful people
we got to talk about... we're talking about personalities of these kids, too.
No, yeah, I hear you. But,
okay, Marky...
I don't know. Oh, Marky. Put some shoes on the kid.
Yeah, seriously.
I loved it. I had no problem with the pet frog.
Pet frog was great.
I had no problem with the pet frog. I know some people who had a problem with the pet frog.
Really?
Yeah, they thought, what are you bringing a frog out? I mean, it makes sense, I guess. What are you bringing a frog out to the game?
It's a mascot.
I mean, you got Mikey Thomas over there who gets sick at everything. You're bringing a frog. So, I get it. But, yeah, put some shoes on the kid. And then he would...
Yeah.
He, both on the mound and at bat, he had interesting mannerisms.
Yeah, he did.
Because he would flip the bat around after his swing, and then he would dab after pitching.
Yeah.
I don't know, he would pitch it, and then
the prequel to dabbing.
Yeah, he hit a quick dab, which little did we know that it would be Marky Du Bois. Which is a great baseball name.
Yeah.
But his nickname's Cootie. Could have been something better.
Yeah, why is it Cootie? That's weird.
Should have made. Was he good at any sport?
No. I feel like there was one time that I was playing backyard football growing up, and for whatever reason, he had a kickoff return for a touchdown, and I was so mad that no one was tackling him, and this kid with no shoes on, just running barefoot like a madman up and down the field. Like, he wasn't taking a conventional route. For whatever reason, no one could tackle him, and I lost it as an 8-year-old.
I would be pretty upset at that, too. Like, here's a kid in overalls. He's dragging his pet frog along with him. And he's beating all my players. I got Barry Sanders. Can't tackle Marky Du Bois. Yeah, I could imagine the frustration behind it.
Yeah. All right, who else we got?
Well, Sally Dobbs.
We did the Dobbs. Oh, the Cons.
Oh, yeah, the cons. Amir and Ahmed.
Yeah. Do you have a preference?
Oh, God. I guess I might go Amir.
Oh, okay.
But that might just be the younger brother thing in me. I mean, who do you go with?
I flip a coin sometimes. They're pretty similar. I mean, they have different games. Amir can help you on the mound, though. Which
he's got a good. He's a hooker. He's got he's a junk ball pitcher.
Both these kids have great attitudes. They seem really fun. I'm really impressed at the ability of Ahmed to play while wearing Bose headphones on his ears.
He was ahead of the Beats by Dre game, man. Just way ahead of it. Everything we're just finding out, backyard baseball was ahead of its time. You had a dabbing pitcher. You had Beats by Dre headphones out on the field. But yeah, I liked Amir's batting stance. With the arms kind of hanging out back, long bat. So I guess both are good. Ahmed had a little bit of that Jorge Garcia swing.
Yeah, a
little smoother.
Yeah, definitely smoother.
But it had that kind of those angles.
Yeah. But he was a lot more effective than Jorge Garcia.
Yeah, without a doubt. And he had a better arm.
Yeah.
And didn't mind sliding.
Yeah.
Those are good things.
Yeah. I mean, would you rather play a baseball game with beats over your ears the entire game, which I would think you're listening to something, so you probably have an iPod. Let's say it's an iPod, not an iPhone, in your back pocket, or maybe front pocket. You're playing baseball with that, or you got to wear a tie the whole game.
See, that's a tricky question. But Jorge wore a skirt. Wasn't that he? Yeah, he didn't wear shorts. Kiltish. Yeah, he wore a skirt kilt type thing, So I guess you gotta go Ahmed Khan on that one.
Yeah.
I don't think you have a choice. I mean, I love that he was listening to rock every time you clicked on, "What's up, dude?"
Good impression there.
Yeah. So yes, I like the Khan brothers. I think that's the only, that's what, we have 4 siblings? That's the only pair of siblings, or 4 or 5, I don't know, man. But that's the only pair that I gladly would pick on my team.
Did they play well together?
Yeah, I had it as a battery.
I mean, the attributes wise, were they affected?
I did it all the time. I don't remember them being negatively impacted. I think Amir's would go up. Ahmed's were not phased.
Yeah,
Amir liked playing with his older brother. His older brother didn't particularly care, but I had them as pitcher catcher often.
That's like me and my brother.
Oh, Timmy.
Yeah, the cons are fun. Is there any chance that he wasn't actually listening to rock music when he's in the game and he was listening to like Press On Sports podcast or something while he's out there?
Or maybe nothing. Or maybe he's up there listening to classical music.
Yeah,
and it's all a front.
Yeah.
And Amir's just copying all his dudes and things like that. I don't know. I think that's a good question. That's a good conspiracy.
Yeah. I think there was or he's listening to something that's like, be the ball.
A little motivational part. Listening to TED Talks up at the plate. Inspirational lectures.
I think there was one point where they said that Mike Piazza admitted in his video where he says, "You could pick me. I like to rock out with Amir and Ahmed." Now, I don't know why that is, but
I never saw that.
You never saw that because you never touched the pros. But
yeah, I'm the wrong guy to ask on.
Yeah, I just don't know why Mike Piazza
wore the backwards hat. Maybe
and they gave him the long hair.
Yeah, so they just associated that. Yeah, Mike Piazza didn't look anything like Mike Piazza.
Now, if the Khan twins were raised now, do you think they'd be into rock music or would they be trying to be a DJ?
Oh, that's a good question. I guess they would try to be a DJ.
Yeah.
I guess they'd be into that electronic. That's a good point. I guess, I guess we associated rock and roll with cool.
Yeah. Which I miss. I miss that, by the way.
Maybe. I don't know.
Okay.
I never gave it a second thought. But maybe now it's, if you can synthesize, you're cool now. It's a good point.
Yeah. What about Gretchen Hasselhoff?
Won't stop talking. Not as fast as she should be.
Too young to be drinking coffee.
Yeah, but for somebody who talks that much and is nonstop talking, filled with energy, run a little faster.
Yeah, I want to see it. I want to see you out there on the football field ready to light someone up.
Yeah, I mean,
have some speed.
I don't know what the character brought. I mean, she talked a lot. She was very energetic. But how that translated into the game, I'm not sure. Maybe as a computer player, she was more likely to swing at out-of-the-zone pitches. That might be an interesting study.
Yeah, that would be.
But
they need fan graphs for backyard baseball.
Right. But I feel like everybody's character was somehow reflected in their game.
Yeah.
Like you said, Pete Wheeler, based on Forrest Gump, real fast.
And I love the fact the guy who talks the slowest is also the fastest.
Right. And so
the reverse has
what we get? Yeah, what we get? Mikey Thomas, slow.
Yeah.
But a lot of power.
A lot of power.
And what do you get from Gretchen Hasselhoff?
Not a lot.
A lot of talking.
Not enough action.
I mean, it would be nice to be Ahmed Khan in that dugout. I'll tell you that much.
Who's next?
Annie Fraser.
Yes.
Flipper was her nickname. Rainbows and flip-flops.
Oh boy. She's a little bit of hippie.
She had a great swing. She had an incredibly smooth swing.
Great soccer player.
Did she wear flip-flops? I don't remember. Did she wear flip-flops then, too?
I don't know, but she was always
That might have stopped me from picking her. I'm not picking her. I think Ricky Johnson was on the cover for Backyard Soccer.
Yeah, he was. With Gretchen Hasselhoff.
So maybe that was her sport. Maybe I missed it all these years.
I think she was all right at that.
Because Pablo was the backyard baseball guy.
Yeah.
Annie Fraser wasn't included.
And then for backyard basketball, do you remember who was on the cover?
I'm sure it was like they went very pro-centric, didn't they?
Yeah.
They were
KG.
Yeah, I know Kevin Garnett was in
But I remember like in the intro, it was all about Dante Robinson hitting a game winner.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, now that you mentioned that.
Yeah.
But Dante Robinson, baseball and football was just, I love Dante Robinson always has a spot on my team.
You would love to have him in your friend group, wouldn't you?
Yes. Dante Robinson would fit perfectly. We would have no problems with Dante Robinson.
I feel like he'd fit on your high school basketball squad of friends.
Name an environment where Dante Robinson wouldn't fit.
True.
I can't pick one.
Only somewhere that people don't like to eat much.
Yeah.
He could eat for them.
Right. And he let his game do the talking.
Yeah.
Didn't talk too much outside. Generally funny guy.
Yeah.
Smiled all the time, looking up the whole that was his thing. He just looked up. And whenever you went to, what was it, SeaWorld or whatever?
Oh, what was that called? Like Wombat World?
Wombat World or something. Yeah. You go to the amusement park and all the pictures would be him having the time of his life.
Okay, so I was disappointed when I won the World Series the other day and I didn't go there. Did you misremember that? Because I thought that was a backyard baseball.
It too. Yes.
01.
Yes, I misremembered.
It makes his first appearance in football, I believe.
Because I was up 2-0 in the World Series. And I sat there and I was like, I gotta play the last game. I gotta win so that way I go to Wombat World.
We're just calling it Wombat World.
I think it's Wombat. I think you're right. I don't know. But then we won.
The Colossal Dome you're playing in, by the way, which was probably inspired by the King Dome in Seattle.
That's another. See, you've done your research on this. I didn't give second thoughts.
Hey, if I'm hosting a podcast on backyard baseball, I gotta be prepared.
No, that good on you. I'm not sure, was Ricky Johnson's dad in the stands there? I'm sure they had him. He must have been.
He definitely. Well, for the World Series, the dome was just full.
Right.
You wouldn't be able to pick anyone out unless you took a screenshot.
I'm sure he's out there.
Yeah, definitely.
He
loves the game.
Yeah, he was there for every other game. Even when Ricky wasn't playing. Why not? Watch his other friends play.
So, who coaches the teams? Do we coach the teams?
Yes. That's the way I always do it. You put your name in, you're the coach, and they would always say, Coach. They would attribute quotes to Coach Jack, Coach CJ.
I started recently. I wanted to
be able to look it up. Is it Wombat World? Anyway, continue.
Okay.
Sorry.
No. I recently, to differentiate between my seasons, because I don't want to delete them when I'm done. I want to be able to look back on these team photos and be like, yeah, that team got it done. So now I'm just coming up with random names for coaches. So John Cena coached one of my teams. And then coaching my female team is Hope Solo.
Okay. That's an interesting pick.
So I get the quotes from Hope Solo about the girls.
So I got good news.
Okay.
For those wondering out there. I just happened to be looking up the Colossal Dome.
Yes.
Last time, just as a refresher. It looks like on the third base side, there's Ricky Johnson's dad. And I think they got Dmitry Petrovic's dad with a bald spot up top. You see that right there?
Yeah, that's great.
That's Dmitry Petrovic's dad.
I'm going to have to put that picture in the blog post for this podcast.
Look at that. What a screenshot that is. Yeah, and then the rest.
So all these parents are trusting us with coaching their kids, right? They're not causing any problems.
No, I'm assuming. I mean, I guess Stephanie Morgan's dad could give you problems because he plays baseball, right? Or played, or whatever he did. But
yeah, you think he probably played like 7 games, had like 10 career at-bats
in
the big leagues.
Maybe. I mean, for all we know, he plays like 16-inch softball.
True.
And she's sitting there going, my dad, he was terrific. And I don't know. Okay, might not be Wombat World. Hold on. Let's see. Anyway, I'll have to look it up.
Okay.
Keep looking it up.
All right. Well, yeah, Annie Fraser really don't have a whole lot to add about her.
No, good swing, flipper, flip-flops, rainbows. All about getting along.
Hippie.
Yeah, you know.
That's what her bio says, that she's a hippie on the wiki.
Her and Marky Du Bois probably didn't get along.
Probably don't get along.
Eat my frog?
What'd she say back to that?
Something about world peace.
Like frogs are equal to humans, so yes, please.
I can't find where they went.
Okay.
Anyway, we'll continue on.
Yeah.
Amusement park. We'll go.
All right, yeah.
Backyard baseball amusement park. I don't even know what to look up. We'll get there. Anyway, to the next one. Jorge Garcia. Nicknamed Bonkers.
He's not very bonkers. Is that supposed to be ironic?
I mean, like, he's as bonkers as anybody is who wears a tie and a skirt.
True.
To a baseball field. Swings with his whole body and then has to, read.
Yeah.
When you start, doesn't look threatening at all. In the basketball world.
Yeah.
I can't put it in. I'll try to think of ways to put it in for baseball context. But in the basketball world. Are
you going to give him the guy that wears like a face mask and goggles?
I was going to say he's the kid in the pickup game that is non-threatening the whole game. Doesn't do anything. He plays okay defense, kind of uncoordinated. And then in a 19-18 game, banks in a 3 to win the game. True. That's Jorge Garcia.
Yeah, I think that's accurate. I'm not disputing that.
So I don't know what the baseball equivalent is. He goes 0 for 3.
Yeah.
And then it's a blooper.
Yeah. Or maybe gets a couple of hits, but it's like, all right, that was questionable.
Yeah, completely forgettable.
Yeah, like right between the shortstop and third.
Yeah, not hard
grounder,
hit.
Yeah.
Like has the shortstop run into the third base.
Basically like Schwarber's hits these days. I might have to edit that one out.
Oh, God. Anyway, moving on.
Yeah, your girl, Luann.
Louis. She's got a teddy bear up there, and she still hits better than the rest of them.
How old is she? Like 4? She's really little.
5, 6 years old. Yeah. I don't know. She has... every other letter's a W for her.
What's her nickname?
Lulu. Luann Louis.
Did she go on to start Lululemon?
I doubt it.
Yeah.
She's too good at the sports.
True.
I mean, she's so fast.
She is very fast.
She's so fast. I mean, she's so short. So fast.
What's her arsenal as a pitcher? I know you like her as a pitcher. What?
She's got a good heater.
Yeah, she does have a good fastball. She can control it well.
Yes. I mean, she's, again, just a closer.
Yeah.
Just a closer.
Yeah.
She does not go deep into the ball game.
True.
which is a bummer.
Well, and the other thing is you don't want her to lose her speed over the course of the game.
Exactly.
So that's why you bring her in for the 6th inning.
Yeah, because otherwise, if you ever wasting her juice on the mound, all of a sudden she comes up to bat and she's useless.
Yeah.
But, you do a grounder with her, she makes contact real well.
Yeah. Always hits the left side.
Yeah, always does.
Yeah. Well, no, I mean, you want her to hit the left side.
She does too.
Yeah.
But
yeah,
that's a single.
Yep.
And then on the next pitch, she's getting the second. And so you're done.
Yeah.
There's no double play ball.
Yep.
No power up for the other team. So
yep.
She does everything you need.
Steal second, always. Who's throwing her out?
There's nobody throwing her out.
No one.
No one's throwing her out.
Even Punch.
Only herself.
Yeah. If she gets tired.
Yeah, if she gets tired. That's the only way she doesn't steal second base.
All right, Maria Luna. You like to pick her.
I do. She doesn't really do much. The only thing I think of with Maria Luna is her theme song. Bunk, 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 bunk,
yeah.
bunk.
I wish I had.
Bunk, 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 bunk.
I wish I had the rights to play some of these theme songs over the podcast, but I don't want to get sued
by the backyard baseball people.
Which I don't think is a company anymore.
Copyright 2001. But yeah, she doesn't do anything. I don't know. Got enough attitude. Sits there with her hands put together on her side, constantly in that pose.
True.
I don't know.
Lisa Crockett. This
Mad
is the last
Dog.
one. Mad Dog.
Mad Dog.
I do not remember her being Mad Dog.
No, she's not very Greg Maddoxy. But she could pitch okay.
Yeah.
She was mediocre. I mean, she's, I would say, the average player. I hate that I'm going to say this, but I'm going to say it.
Okay.
She's the Andy Dalton of backyard baseball players.
Yes, coming from a Bengals fan.
If the player is any worse than Lisa Crockett, not a good player.
Yeah.
If she's better, or he or she's better than Lisa Crockett, you're going to do okay. But if your player is Lisa Crockett, you're not exactly sure. And you will stay in the middle for 10 years without a playoff win.
So that's the cast of
Was that too
backyard
specific?
baseball. No, that was good. I think she kind of looks like a librarian.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Mad Dog.
Yeah. Which is a great nickname for her. I don't remember that being her nickname, but it's funny, it's ironic, I get it.
And she had that real nasally voice.
Yeah.
I like playing baseball.
Yeah, she reminds me, I mentioned Ned's Declassified, the girl with the nasal spray on Ned's Declassified.
Yeah, what was
Lisa Zuma?
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
I don't remember
Zima.
her name, but I know exactly what. I'm sure your listeners will know.
That will just like always stop and like spray your nose.
Which we would hope was around which if it was around in 2001.
Yeah, Mikey Thomas is having a much better career.
Yeah.
Maybe makes it to the show.
Or at least we know what he's got.
Yeah.
At least we know.
So, do you want to talk a little bit about the casting of these pros? And then we'll talk a little bit about the fields, and then we can maybe just close on why just the game as a whole, I guess.
Yeah. Okay, so where do you want to start with the pros?
Okay, so they got a strong cast of characters. A lot of big names.
Can't believe they put in Jose Canseco. That's unreal that they put in Jose Canseco.
It's like there are like 10 to 15 names on there who have been linked to maybe PDUs.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And
why wasn't Clemens in the game though? That's what I want to know.
Yeah, how did Kurt Schilling make the game and not Roger Clemens? It's a good question. Why did they choose these pitchers? Randy Johnson makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
So let's see. Who do they have as their pitchers? They have
Schilling,
Randy Johnson, and Frank Thomas.
No, Frank Thomas. I feel like Pedro should be in there.
Pedro he would have been a good one.
He was in a later game that you would not have liked because it was on the GameCube.
Yeah. Okay, so let's see what position had the most. So you have
a lot of shortstops.
Yeah, Barry Larkin,
Cal Ripken Jr., A-Rod, Jeter, Nomar.
Yeah, wow. Yeah,
Alex Gonzalez.
Yeah, they have Alex Gonzalez. I don't get that one either. When you're going to put together.
Well, should I look up the 2000 Florida Marlins roster and see if there are any better options?
I mean, do you even need? I mean, do they have someone from every team?
Yeah.
Really?
That's the point. It's 30 pros. They're all for each team.
I didn't get that.
That's how it goes.
I never got the 30 pros thing.
But for backyard football, they didn't do that.
So that's why Marty Cordova was in the game? Oh, what a bummer. Oh, what a sad. I watched baseball. I was not that into the MLB yet. That's a sad era for the Minnesota Twins.
That was right before they got good.
Yeah, so if your go-to guy is Marty Cordova.
I'm looking at the 2000 Florida Marlins roster. Mike Lowell, Derek Lee, but that
this is all people that
Cliff Floyd, who was in 2003 version. Mark Kotze. There not a lot of names there. Ryan Debster. All right, well, now let's look at the 2000 Minnesota Twins.
This is
Jacques Jones. How about him?
Again, before his prime.
Yeah. Christian Guzman before his prime. Torrey Hunter before his prime. Matt Lawton.
I would have thrown Torrey Hunter anyway.
How about David Ortiz before his prime?
That would have been a little weird.
Yeah.
To go back and be like, David Ortiz was a Minnesota Twin in backyard baseball. I feel like that would just ruin what David Ortiz is now.
So, fun fact is that Carlos Beltran just retired.
Right, so they're done.
Yeah, he was the last backyard baseball 2001 cast member out.
Oh.
And here's something. Did you know that? So this came 1997 is when the original backyard baseball came out, and they're going to be celebrating Pablo Sanchez's 21st birthday, Lansing Lugnuts, in August. They're going to celebrate Pablo's 21st birthday.
How are they going to do that?
They're going to have Pablo bobblehead, and they're going to do like some other backyard sports stuff there. So I might go.
But you see, like, where's Pete Wheeler and all that?
True.
He needs a birthday.
He does. I actually have a friend who's out in Omaha. He's covering the College World Series, and he saw in a little shop, Pete Wheeler t-shirt.
Oh, did he buy it immediately?
It was like $30.
I don't care. I don't care if it's $50. I'm buying that shirt.
Maybe I could find one.
Yeah, now I've got to go online and buy a Pete Wheeler. No, I'm buying a Dante Robinson shirt.
All right, let's talk about the fields. So what?
Well, hold on.
Okay.
Who's your favorite pro?
My favorite
was your go-to pro?
Griffey.
Yeah, that's a solid choice.
I think it's
hard to argue that one.
He's the only guy that I've ever seen hit one out of Tin Can Alley not using aluminum power bat.
I think that's fair. Because
and that was like in the home run derby where he hit one over that warehouse that was like way behind the park.
So I mean, you're probably clear because he's likely the best player on this. He's arguably the best player at the time.
At the time, because this was before Bonds. Like,
and you could say
this is the year before Bonds put up those crazy numbers.
And he's clearly the best player without an asterisk.
Yeah. The other thing I need to clarify, Backyard Baseball 2001 released in 2000. If you remember the trend at the time, I'm going to name this video game 2002, even though it's 2001 edition. Do you remember that? So it'd be like MLB 03 would come out for the 02 season.
Yes, right.
I don't know why that was a thing.
Oh, I don't know why either.
So this
game just came to accept it.
This was the 2000 season.
Right.
2001 was when Bonds put up 73 homers.
Okay.
So this is before Bonds really exploded. And because he's not a power bat in this game.
I mean, he's an all-around guy.
Yeah.
He's
like the Pirates of Bonds,
right.
basically.
He's a fast. I mean, he could hit. He could go yard.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I'd agree with you. Ken Griffey Jr. Probably, and even in those old video games,
yeah,
I gotta tell you, those were those Cincinnati Red teams.
Yeah,
like in Slugfest, were the best. You had Adam Dunn, Barry Larkin, Ken Griffey Jr.
Yeah,
your offense was just
And it's funny you bring up Slugfest. That's going to be a podcast later this summer, hopefully.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
Oh, boy. Loaded was a great game.
Oh, man. Great game. But, yeah, Griffey, the other thing, 5-tool guy, so he's not... The thing with McGuire is he just kills you on the base pass.
Oh, he's off.
Yeah.
So, you had 2 Cincinnati Reds in this game.
Yeah. That's the only rule that got broken.
So, they felt that Barry Larkin was good enough compared to all the other players. They could have gotten a second player.
He's going into the Hall of Fame.
No, sure.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying.
Right.
Out of all the other players.
I don't know.
And all the other teams, they could have chosen a second guy.
I don't think anyone was clamoring for Cincinnati to have 2 guys for any sport.
I mean, it's good to see Cincinnati get recognized in something.
Because, that's where I talked about last year's Joey Votto. I thought should have won an MVP. He's hurt by playing in that market.
Yeah,
So I love that. I like to see the love for Cincinnati. But that is funny.
I like it too. As a Bengals fan, I love seeing Cincinnati get some recognition. But I don't know. I feel like they could have used it. They could have done a little better here.
Yeah. I remember this was right before Giambi and Mo Vaughn both went to New York. Mo Vaughn went to the Mets and Giambi went to the Yankees.
This was my first introduction to Mo Vaughn was this game.
Yeah. Well, a lot of these players. We were little kids.
Right. But I mean, like, even to this day, the first thing that comes to mind with Mo Vaughn is just slow. Like, what a slow guy. Like, every time he comes up, I'm like, we're turning 2. Like, I don't care how hard he gets it into left field. We're throwing him out of water. And that's what I still think of.
Piazza's pretty brutal on the base paths in there. McGuire. So did you ever pick a pro? Ever?
I mean, at the very beginning.
Okay.
When I was really young.
Yeah.
I fell into the Sammy Sosa hype.
Yeah.
And the Barry Bonds. And even the Derek Jeter.
Yeah.
But after that, I would say like 2004, 2005, when I would go back and play, no.
You always played on the mouse too, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Because I remember we used to try to make it, okay, one of you, my dad would be like, one of you play on the computer or on the mouse, the other one play on the laptop or on the keyboard because,
yeah, it's just
desktop
crazy.
days. And it'd always be a fight over who got to use what.
Yeah, no, that was, I remember I would, like, pick teams with a friend. We would together be the coach.
Yeah, exactly.
Co-coaches. It's like, you get this inning.
Yeah, exactly.
I get this inning. And then the argument would happen. Well, I scored 6 runs last inning. You got nothing, buddy.
Yeah, exactly. Then it wasn't exactly fair because where were you at in the batting order?
And also, hey, your pitcher's blowing it out there. Your pitch selection's awful. And today, I'd probably flip it and just say, I'm going to do pitching, you do batting.
Oh, okay. So you like pitching more than batting?
A lot more. Because I Snapchatted you and a few others who might listen.
Please share this.
I threw a perfect game.
Yes!
With my created player named CJ Revis. I threw a perfect game.
How often do you create a player?
I did it because why not? I wanted a pitcher that could eat up innings again. I didn't want to go the Del Vecchio route or anything like that. So I wanted a pitcher. And I had 12 strikeouts in a 6-inning game and threw a perfect. I was, if they had an award like the show, I'd have won it. But I might be 18 years too late.
Nice job. Let's talk about some of these fields. I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
Which would you pick for your home stadium?
Oh. Either Ekman Acres. No, check that. Playground Commons or Steel Stadium.
Okay.
Playground Commons.
Yeah, Ekman Acres was a little too generic. A little too generic.
Well, I liked how it was just literally someone's backyard.
Yeah, it was
in
good.
right field, you had a little grill area.
Right. Yeah, it was good.
And bushes. Like that was the authentic part of it.
Right.
Like you said, the bushes are the wall.
Yeah.
And inevitably, some kid falls in them.
Yeah, the where they'd be stuck running into something and.
Right.
Then you just run around the bases.
And I feel like the ball would get stuck sometimes.
Yeah, it would happen.
In that little grill area, and they'd just be running around. Jump. Pablo. Yeah. So which one would you go? So I would. Yeah.
I don't know why, but for some reason I really like Cement Gardens because I thought it was fun how if you could just hit it out in the left side. Now it was random because sometimes it'd be a ground rule double. This is a park that is out in the alley, so it's like Tin Can Alley, but it's not. So if you hit it out in the left and it goes off the screen, it's a home run. And I would just try to pull the ball as much as I could, me being a pull hitter, as you may remember.
Yes, of course. So, I mean, the Screaming Line Drive is
yeah,
it's a game changer at that field.
Yeah.
Just go.
Sometimes it'd be like when you hit that home run in softball 2 years ago.
Or it just keeps rolling.
Yeah, and it'd be a home run.
It was like no one's playing.
Just a ground
field,
ball
just
through the infield.
Yeah, that was a tactical error on their part. But so, okay, was that easy to defend there?
So I would put Pete Wheeler in left. I would adjust my outfield based on what park I'm playing in.
Mm-hmm.
And so if I was in Tin Can Alley, it was like it didn't even matter sometimes who was in left field because you have your third and shortstop right there at the wall. It's going to hit off the wall. But I would put Pete Wheeler out in left, and he's an elite defender out there. He saved a lot of runs.
I can imagine.
Yeah.
That makes sense. I never really thought about putting too much because I had my team, especially now when I have my not talented team.
Yeah.
I can't mess with it.
Who's on your not talented team?
Okay, so the lineup goes, I had Luann Louis, followed by Vicky Kawaguchi in the 2 spot, and then Dante Robinson. And then here we start falling off a little bit. I had Jorge Garcia, Dmitry Petrovic. Oh, God. And then I forget who I had playing third base. Ernie Steele was out there. Maria Luna, my created player. And then a few other not great players. So you can see that team isn't exactly a threat on the offensive end.
Yeah.
Like, they can defend okay. But I need Luann Louis to get on, and then I need Vicky Kawaguchi to get on, and then I need Dante Robinson to do something.
Do you build based on what park you're playing in? Or do you pick a park based on what roster you're going to have?
I pick a park based on my roster.
Yeah.
So Dirty Yards and Sandy Flats are killers for me.
Yeah.
Because I'm a speed guy.
Yeah.
But they're considerably slower at those 2 parks. Yeah. And that's where I lost my games.
Those were 2 parks that I loved as a kid, and I went back to play it. I'm like, Sandy Flats is brutal. But I loved the image of when you're up to bat and you see the kid out in center field who's just standing on a hill partially.
Right. I mean, it must have been miserable to play on, too.
Yeah.
Just dust everywhere. Your shoes are ruined.
They had a nice park that they put in the game on the GameCube, which it was like a beach on a boardwalk kind of thing. It would look pretty cool, which had like a big wall because of the boardwalk. I would have liked to see that in there.
Yeah, no, I didn't see that field.
Yeah,
but that would I think that would have added something. But yeah, Sandy Flats.
They had a home run derby in that too, which is cool.
And then was it 30 Yards? Had a little pond in right field.
That was Sandy Flats.
That was Sandy Flats.
Yeah.
Okay. That little pond. I was just trying to hit it there every time.
Splash hits.
Yeah.
Like they have out in San Francisco.
Yeah. You have a pool in left at the one place, and then you have a dirty pond.
Yeah.
Yeah. Those 2 fields are where I lost almost all my games.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah, that's
if
fair.
I took your route, I might have been better
If you
off.
do Tin Can Alley with a speed team, you can put up a lot of runs.
You can.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
A lot of fun.
You can. The only problem with that...
They got hit out of the infield.
They got hit out of the infield, and sometimes if you don't hit it high enough, it bounces right back.
Right.
So if you're hitting it to straightaway center, for example, and you hit that truck, it could fall right behind second base.
Yep.
And you're thinking you smashed it and you're going to take second, and they're just waiting for you over there. That's the one catch.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
a lot of fun.
Yeah, so Cement Garden's probably better off. If you have speed there, you're really going to kill it.
Yep.
Especially with that left field.
Yeah. Even center field. I like that they have that little dumpster out there. If it lands in the dumpster, it's a home run. If it doesn't and it just hits off of it, it's a live ball.
And we never found out what they do with the baseball.
No.
I never know. And there's also no universal how far it goes to the home run. So at some parks, it's like 140, and you're like, wow, I crushed it, I guess. In other parks, it's like 300, you got to double. Like, okay. The aluminum power bat's like 800.
Yeah.
Okay, so now I guess we got to go to power-ups.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
I guess that's the next topic of backyard.
Yeah.
The hitting ones, what'd you think?
Hitting. Like, what's my favorite?
Yeah, what's your favorite? I mean, we've already talked. I thought the aluminum power bat was cheap.
Yeah, and, especially now as a consumer of baseball and also as a player, I was never a big power bat myself. So I love seeing just line drives. So I'm not a long ball guy. So I love the screaming line drive. We already talked about that. The crazy bunt, the novelty of it is so fun, but when you play in some parks, it doesn't help you out that much.
Yeah. I just felt like it just made me feel real dumb sometimes.
Yeah.
Like, I'm bunting, and this is going on.
Yeah.
I got a ball, like, screaming around the infield. Or sometimes if I'm playing the field, I got, Dante Robinson and Pete Wheeler are sitting there running and chasing a ball from left field to right field. Then they're wasted when they get up to bat because the juice is gone.
Yeah, exactly.
I felt like the most authentic one was, what was it, like
Undergrounder, which was basically a guaranteed ground rule double or a double
for a lot of places.
Yeah, I mean maybe it hits off the wall, it's just a double, but that was the case a lot of time.
Yeah, but for example, at your stadium, if you hit it to left,
ground rule double,
that's gone.
You get homers on that sometimes?
Yeah.
Sometimes.
Because if you're fast enough.
True. Well, sometimes it counts as a ground rule double.
Yeah, but if you got Luann Louis, she's already home by the time.
That's true.
So,
yep.
Yeah, I would. Screaming line drive was standard.
Yeah, sometimes you'd hit a home run there, and it wouldn't even go off the screen. It'd be barely in the shot, and you'd just be at home plate by the time they get the ball.
Right. So you had screaming line drive and undergrounder, I thought were okay. Aluminum power bat, I thought was cheap.
Which is fair.
Crazy bunt, I thought was, it hurt the game.
So you're using your bad team that you're using right now. Mm-hmm. You're in an elimination game, down several runs.
Right.
You have a chance in the bottom of the sixth, and this is it. You're going to decline the aluminum power bat.
Yeah, I'm not hitting it.
I respect that.
I'm not hitting it. I'd rather lose.
I respect that.
It's frustrating. I mean, like, for one, what am I doing down so many runs late in the game, an elimination game? There's a lot of errors that get you to that point.
Sure.
Because it's best 3 out of 5 in the World Series. And if I'm in a game 3, 4, or 5 where I'm on the ropes here, I deserve to lose, I feel. So, the other ones I'm okay using in that situation. Aluminum power bat, it's just... Because, I mean, at least with the undergrounder, you have the chance.
Yeah.
Right? It could hit somebody. It could hit off the wall.
Same with the crazy bunt.
Right, same with the crazy bunt. Like, it could just go into the outfield, hit the wall immediately, and you're done.
Yeah.
Or it could just go right to somebody. But with the aluminum power bat, I don't know. It didn't feel right. Never felt right. Taking credit for something.
Something you wouldn't like, probably, was one of the power-ups in that GameCube game was Sonic Boom from football, where the entire team would just go Sonic Boom on the ground. They'd all just collapse.
Why? Why do they feel that was necessary?
I don't know.
Why do they... I mean, that's not... I mean, in football, it made sense.
Yeah, exactly.
I love Leapfrog. I love Sonic Boom. Those are my goal line plays.
Yeah.
But in baseball, no thank you.
All right, so anything else, really?
Oh, the pitching ones.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
How can you forget?
No.
Those ones I use.
Okay, yeah. And there's more variety there.
Yeah, and I also... sometimes I don't use them, though, because they're such juice drainers.
Yeah, I agree.
I'll use them, and if they get a hit off of it, they get the power up.
Yep. It's risky.
Spitball's the worst one, because I feel like they can easily get a hit off of spitball.
It's easy to hit.
Yeah, the speed isn't that off.
Well, I use spitball. It depends on the pitcher. Like Angela Del Vecchio, she has a pretty good spitball. She doesn't lose a lot on it. So when she uses it, I always go out of the zone on it. So it'll jump out of the zone at the last second. But going in the zone on that, risky business.
Yeah, so I would say spitball is the elevator. Also, I mean, the harder level, they hit it.
Yep.
And a lot of times they hit it hard.
And when you throw one of those to me, like, I don't care how it's coming in.
Right.
Submarine ball.
It's all about the speed.
Yeah.
If the speed is a lot different, you're going to be thrown off.
Yep.
So, like, big freeze, slow-mo, fireball.
Yep.
Like, you have to have very quick reaction.
Yeah, fireball is probably the toughest one to hit.
Yes.
I'd say big freeze second. Unless if you have the sound on and you can hear that it's coming, that's different.
Right.
But I play a lot of time now. I play with the sound off, and I'll listen to a podcast while I'm playing. So multitasking.
Oh, you're missing all of Dante Robinson's trash talk out there.
I do both.
But yeah, let's see. Are we missing any? So you got the fireball, big freeze,
crazy
slow-mo, spitball, elevator.
Crazy ball.
Oh, that's not... I never found it helpful.
Well, we're listing them all off.
Yeah.
What's that other one? The corkscrew one?
Yeah, did you like crazy ball?
Not really. I mean, it's basically a spitball, only without the spitball is more helpful than crazy ball is.
Yeah, so right. So corkscrew and zigzag.
Yeah.
Zigzag also wasn't very...
that was a little better, I'd say. A little better.
Than crazy ball?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd agree. Yeah. Corkscrew, I thought, was good.
I don't mind seeing corkscrew when I'm hitting.
I don't mind seeing it. Yeah. I'm saying, but when you're throwing it, I think it throws off the other one. I think elevator doesn't. I think crazy ball doesn't. I think spitball does not at all. I think those are tricks.
The team I'm running out there, the all-female team with Angela Del Vecchio, I can't have her drain that energy because I need her at the plate. That's how rough my roster is.
I mean, I won't use it unless it's the end of the game or I have a juice.
End of the game, definitely.
Right.
The other thing is that I just love throwing those hooks, especially in the corners. On the inside, up and in corner, those are really hard to hit.
You throw the hooks on the up and in.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm more of a low and in, and then I'll sometimes the slow ball will go down and in, and then fastball up and in.
Yeah,
that's my.
You gotta work the corners because you can't just throw it over the plate on
backdoor left hook down and out.
Unless you're keeping the ball down, you get the ground balls.
Yeah, I change up the look sometimes. Softball or slow ball down and in, backdoor left hook down and away, and then a fastball up and in to put you away.
You love the pitching.
Yeah, no, it's surprisingly accurate.
All right, so. Anything else backyard baseball related that is on your mind?
Not really. I would
Mr. Clanky, you love Mr. Clanky.
Mr. Clanky was my guy. He threw the best BP, always helping with the game.
Yeah,
I mean,
why? Okay, if we're talking broadcasting, why is his name Vinny the Gooch?
That's a great point. Terrific point. And why does he have like a British accent? Like, what is this? Like, it made so much sense in football. You have Chuck Downfield,
who was Gruden before Gruden, basically.
Right? And he would get painted up for the big games.
Yeah, he was so great.
He would eat half his hot dog at halftime,
and people would still say his lines too. Now, like, oh, that defense has more holes than my dad's socks.
Yeah, I mean, he made so Sunny Day. As your go-to.
She's good.
Yeah, go-to play-by-play.
Ahead of the game in terms of women's broadcasting. People talk about pioneers in the business. You can't have pioneers without Sunny Day.
Sunny Day.
First female lead broadcaster on a big-time broadcast.
Probably in video. Definitely in video games.
Definitely.
I can't think of another sports video game. I mean, I know Doris Burke's in the latest 2Ks. But she's probably... I don't think she's doing play-by-play or...
No. I mean, there are some female play-by-play people today.
Right, doing the actual
but not in video games.
Not in video games.
Yeah.
Right.
So she's like 25 years ahead of time. Because we might not see that for another 5 years or so.
You think Sunny Day could play?
I'd like to see her try.
Yeah.
Why isn't, again, Vinny the Gooch, I don't care about him, but Chuck Downfield should be an unlockable player.
Yeah. Yeah, he should be.
And the soccer guy, whatever his name was.
I can't remember the soccer guy. I mean, Vinny the Gooch should be the soccer guy. I gotta look this up now. Backyard baseball. No, it's gotta be backyard soccer. Let's see, it's soccer announcers. Here we go. The wiki for backyard sports.
Yeah, that's helpful resource.
Earl Grey.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that's just great.
Barry DJ was an unlockable player in backyard basketball.
Yeah, so, okay. I got it all now.
He was pretty good.
Vinny the Gooch, Chuck Downfield, Earl Grey, and Barry DJ.
Yeah. Barry the J was pretty good.
Now, I mean, that makes sense.
Yeah.
But is he that different than Vinny the Gooch?
No, not really.
Oh, little. I don't get what Vinny the Gooch's appeal was.
He's supposed to look like a Sandlot kid, I think.
Yeah, he eats a corn dog.
Yeah.
At least he's eating a corn dog. Earl Grey was... he's drinking tea.
I think Sonny could play, though, to answer your question. I think she could.
You think? I think she'd be a lot like Sally Dobbs out there.
Yeah, I think so.
Probably got a great scouting report.
I'd like to see it.
So, yeah. Okay, so we've gone through the announcers now.
Yeah.
What was Vinny the Gooch? Like, what? Him and Tony Delvecchio go way back.
They tried to date the same girls back in the day.
They fixed the games. Shaved runs on them.
I don't know if I should find that funny or offensive.
Oh,
can I make a Greek joke now? I don't have any Greek jokes ready.
I'm always ready. I mean, it's Vinny the Gooch. You think it's, what's the nickname for? I don't know.
I don't know.
I'm just saying.
I don't get it.
Not saying, but I'm saying.
Yeah. All right. What else? Is there anything else we could touch on? I mean, we talked about how this game could come back, why it got bad to begin with, like what happened to it.
And we've gone through the whole game. No, I mean, just the fact that we're still talking about it, I think, shows the meaning that it has. And it's a timeless game.
It is.
The simplicity is something to behold and something for video game creators and app creators to take note of. And
again, the gameplay is so simple that you could make an app out of that. There's a way you could do that.
I'm sure. I mean, they play Madden on apps now.
Yeah, and I think you could get kids to play it. Now, actually, you probably didn't know this. They released a Backyard Baseball and a Backyard Basketball 2015 edition on an app. It was apps.
And how was it?
They're off the App Store now. I think I looked at it one time and I downloaded it and I was like, yeah, this is not happening. Those are new school graphics and everything. Steph Curry and I want Tony Delvecchio and Angela Delvecchio and Pete Wheeler. I want them to look the same as they did. Because have you seen what these new animations look like of them?
No.
Let's pull it up so that way.
I feel like I don't want to. You're going to hurt me with this. You want to hurt me?
All right, let's look up.
Go ahead if it makes you feel any better.
Backyard Baseball 2007 characters.
Oh, boy.
It was like that.
Oh, that's not good.
Yeah.
Oh, that's not good.
Let me look up Tony. You're going to see the new Tony. You're going to be like, this is just wrong.
Oh, no. Maybe it's spot on.
That.
What was his name?
That's not the guy I know. I don't know that guy. And that's what it looked like. That's Dimitri.
No.
That's just wrong.
No.
And they wonder why they couldn't release a new version. If they released a new version, went back to the basics, people would play it. And you advertise it. People need to know about it.
I'm going to pretend I never saw that.
If they redo this, contact me and I will make we did an entire podcast on this. I will make sure everyone knows on the podcast that they're making a new Backyard Baseball, but they have to do it right this time.
That Dimitri hurt. That Dimitri hurt me.
Yeah.
I didn't like that.
All right, CJ. Maybe we'll do backyard soccer, backyard football someday.
Maybe someday.
Well, it was truly a delight having you on. I think this was your first time on a podcast, wasn't it?
No, this was my first time on a podcast. Not my first time doing broadcast.
Yes. Yeah.
But my first
all
time
those
on a podcast.
volleyball games in college.
Volleyball, hockey, and then radio show at New Trier.
Oh, yeah.
But yes, my first podcast, and I thank you for having me on. This was a lot of fun reliving. I don't know if I can even say reliving because I play it.
Yeah, we're still in this stage.
Last week I played it. So
I played it earlier today.
So, but yeah, this was a good talk, and I hope your listeners enjoy it.
Yeah, I know they will. They definitely will. They relate with you, and you were also the big fan favorite with that backyard baseball draft, by the way.
Because I did it.
You unofficially won that.
I did it the right way. No pros. Give me my speed, people. And you know what? If we struggle a little bit in the middle of the season, we'll figure it out towards the end.
We should just pull up that roster.
Go for
just
it.
'Cause.
Tell me my roster.
All right, this was so many words long.
I think at the bottom you had it.
Okay, so here is the roster from the Crazy Fishes. Home field, Sandy Flats. You picked Sandy Flats as your home field.
That's a mistake. I think I probably got the last picking on that one.
Pete Wheeler, Keisha Phillips, Luann Louis, Angela Delvecchio, Mikey Thomas, Dante Robinson, Dmitry Petrovich, Amir Khan, Vicky Kawaguchi.
That's a terrific roster.
You got your guys there.
Look at that. I got Pete Wheeler, Keisha, Luann, and Dante. And I got to clean up in Mikey Thomas and my go-to pitcher in Angela. I mean, what more? And I have an off-day pitcher in Amir. What more do you want? Second leadoff in Vicky Kawaguchi.
And this is the quote you gave at the time. My team is full of experienced backyard sports players. They know how to get it done. We have the best team chemistry in the league.
I don't think there's any doubt about that. I don't think there's any doubt. I mean, that team, I'm impressed looking back on it. Okay? I mean, what am I missing on that squad? I got power, I've got all around, and I've got speed.
Well, you killed it. You did a great job. And if we don't do backyard sports again, hey, maybe we will. We'll see. We will do another podcast sometime.
Oh, thank you very much. I look forward to it.
I know you have some ideas for podcasts. And
a lot of them revolve around the Bengals.
And then we got to do a podcast on the other guys at some point.
Okay.
I feel like that'll be a good inning eater in August when not a lot to going on. We'll get Tommy on here with us.
Well, I look forward to it. Absolutely. Right. Thank you for having me on. This was fun.
Lastly, is there anything you would like to promote? Social media handles, anything of that nature?
No.
You don't want the Twitter followers?
I don't want the Twitter followers. I don't need it. No, that just go out there, play some backyard baseball, call your mother.
All right. Well, thank you very much. I'm sure I'll see you sometime soon.
Absolutely. Thanks, Jack.
So, really had a lot of fun today talking backyard baseball, reliving a lot of old memories with my buddy CJ. CJ did a great job on the show, so I hope you all enjoyed listening to the edition of this podcast. It was a lot of fun for me to create, and I hope we answered all of your burning backyard baseball questions that you've had for all these years. So, a lot of fun. Would love to hear your feedback and thoughts. Feel free to tweet them at me at Velvita7 at VELLVITA7 on Twitter. Let me hear your thoughts. I'd love to hear who was your pick. Was Pablo actually the best? Was it actually Pete Wheeler? Is there a case there to be made? Tweet them at me. Love to hear those thoughts. Subscribe to the podcast on iTunes. We're now on Spotify, so if you want to listen to the podcast on Spotify, you can go ahead and do so. Other than that, I'm done for now. Bring in the Dancing Lobsters.